them are so like magneto.
We never free them, boy, never do bad night. We don't see them, boy, them.
Big buckets of reasons why someone might engage in intentional weight loss. All of those are rooted in fat phobia in different ways. First, desirability. That is kind of the most obvious when it comes to fat phobia. We currently live in a society that uplifts thinness, able-bodiedness, whiteness, cisness, and heterosexuality as the things that are most desirable. And so if you are wanting to lose weight in order to become more desirable, you are upholding a fat-phobic beauty standard.
Starting out kind of strong with this one, but we are back on the fat TikTok cringe, and these people are just unhinged.
And of course you're gonna call me fatphobic. I have no irrational fear of people who are fat.
Fat phobia isn't the irrational fear of fat people. It's the irrational fear of becoming fat.
Then the only fat phobic people would be anorexic people. Am I missing something here?
Because you know how society treats us, and you're treating us that way. You can frame it as self-love and blah, 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 and all the other shit you're saying, but the science doesn't agree with you. The science says that what you are doing is harmful to fat people.
And another thing, since when do we start bullying people on their phobias? I didn't know having a phobia was a political thing. These people want to be oppressed so bad.
See me, I can't eat anything, but you got, You got a 2-ton tilly over here.
Oh my god, she did not just call her 2-ton tilly.
Eating everything, but I can't eat anything.
I'm not even gonna lie, that 2-ton tilly joke was pretty funny. But that's a joke with keep to yourself. Like her saying that out loud, that was not right. That's
Not right. This is not cool.
girl over there minding her business, not troubling nobody. Like, what if she come over and punch her in her face in the ear, says she wrong? And she's not even that big.
Wow, very aggressive, which we love.
I saw this video on Twitter, and all I could think was, well, what if the host was fat? Or what if one of the guests was fat? Would it go down differently? Is the host picking the ones that he wants to kiss? Or if it was the host, would the guests be more hesitant?
I assume the reaction would be the same if said fat person was tidy and not like sloppy and then belly flopping all over the place.
I saw this video and I was automatically triggered because I just felt so excluded.
This is not about you!
I know that I'm probably going to get ate up by this in the comment sections, but I really don't care because it's the truth. And a lot of y'all need to admit to yourselves that restrictive eating disorders are fat phobic. Like, y'all really be coming up on social media or just in real life talking about everybody's body's beautiful while being on your 3rd day not eating. Like, that doesn't make no sense. If everybody's body is beautiful, how come yours isn't? How come fat people isn't? Because what you're is being fat. You're scared of being fat. You think fat people are disgusting. You think fat people are ugly, and you don't want to be fat.
You had me, then you lost me. Hear me out, hear me out. Maybe they just don't want to be fat. Don't act all surprised now. Maybe they just don't want to be fat. And yeah, it is unfortunate because these people are scared to get fat because they see fat as my 600-pound life. They don't see that there are different levels to being fat, and being morbid obese is what they're scared of.
Yeah, it's with fat girls, ideally, they have titties that protrude further than their big belly. Right, we hope. If not, they need to be shot in the head like cattle.
What? What the fuck?
Like, hello, 911. I'd like to report a crime. There's some crazy guy out here threatening to shoot fat people. What the fuck was that? Now this, I could completely understand being out of pocket. That was way out of pocket.
Shut up, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You work out because you want your body to look a certain way. You don't care about health. You are fat phobic.
If you wear clothes so you can look a certain way, you're nude phobic, and we need to work on that. If you wear makeup so your face can look a certain way, you're face phobic, and we need to work on that. If you drink alcohol so you can feel a certain way, you're sober phobic, and you might need some help, honestly.
When I first watched that video, it actually made me laugh. Like, if you sit in a chair so you can look a certain way, you're sofa-phobic. If you wear shoes so your foot can look a certain way, You're barefoot phobic, and you need to work on that.
Let's talk about setting boundaries when you're a fat person. This video talks about fat phobia and anti-fat bias, so if you're not in the headspace for that, protect your mental health and just scroll on. Before I get into the boundary phrases, I'm gonna start with a joke to create some context for why these are the boundary phrases that I personally use. So there's these two fishes who are swimming along and they meet an older fish coming the opposite direction. And the older fish goes, "Good morning, kids, how's the water?" and continues on their way. And the two younger fishes keep swimming, and eventually one turns to the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" To me, this joke perfectly illustrates the anti-fat bias systemic problems that we're all swimming in. That's the water. But there are fishes who don't know that that's the water. Like, they don't know that that exists, right? And I personally define fat phobia as separate from anti-fat bias. Reasonable people might disagree, but this is how I use these terms. Phobias are a real thing that people struggle with. They're a real mental condition. And so I use fat phobia to describe the individual experience that people are having or their extreme reaction or fear of fatness in their own bodies. Anti-fat bias refers to the systemic discrimination and marginalization of fat people, just big picture in general. So one is like the toxic water that we're all swimming in, and the other one is like some people drank the water and they got poisoned and they get to deal with that.
Hey bud, let's talk about it. I'd just like to start off by saying, for those of you who don't know me, that's me 5 years ago. And I have some thoughts about this trend. So funny enough, one of the first things I thought when I first heard this song, aside from that shit's catchy, is where is this energy when it comes to heavier women, to big girls? And then I remembered what it was like to be someone over 400 pounds in my society, which is the United States. And I remembered, oh yeah, I remember where this energy is for big girls. It's in the dumpster. Because the thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand is that not only was I not a romantic interest to people when I was my heaviest or when I was a big girl, and I still am to some degree, like bigger than a lot of people, was that I was treated like garbage, inhuman. Like I would be in a group of guys and girls and people, and like my girlfriends, my friends would all be fine, would have fun with me, we would talk, and the men would just pretend like I didn't exist. And I'm talking skinny men, fat men, like bulky, like it doesn't matter. They just didn't look at me.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And as a fat person, I can definitely say that does happen. But honestly, it's not with every fat person or every fat body, right? As much as we want to make it seem like, oh, we don't care about looks, looks are the first thing you see. You know what I mean? If you see a person with a shirt that says, "I am a child molester," would you left your child with that person? No, the fuck you would not. Okay? Same thing. If they see somebody who is like 500 plus pounds, immediately seeing them, you think unattractive, you think sweaty, you think smelly, you think heavy. And that's just the truth, whether we like it or not. And even if 5 people don't like you, there is somebody who's going to like you. But just know that majority of the people are not gonna like you because majority don't find that attractive. I'm not talking about people who just have some baby weight or some people who just chubby. I'm talking about people who like extremely overweight, morbidly obese. I'm talking when your belly like a touch your knees. I as a fat person don't find that attractive. Sorry. So why would a guy?
Full pun intended, chairs are the biggest fucking issue in the fat community. If you have never looked at a picture of a restaurant on Google Maps to try and figure out if the seating would be accessible to your size, if you've never broken a chair in a public space especially, if you've never had to second guess whether or not it was okay to sit down in the chairs provided to you, if you've never had a fucking panic attack at school because you couldn't fit into the damn chair desk situation, then you don't deal with fat phobia at the same level that the rest of us do.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you have to look up a restaurant on picture just for look at the chairs, if you're out here sitting on public chairs breaking them, I'm not talking about a flimsy plastic chair where like break all the time, something is wrong. Something is wrong, and it's not the chair fault.
Hey, so I noticed up until this point in your life you've been fat, but now you're skinny. What happened? Well, it's funny you should ask. Before now, I just ate burger and fry, and ate a bunch of burger and fry every day, a burger fry all the time, and big soda pop. And now I ate one salad and now I'm skinny. Wow, that's incredible. So there were no outside factors, nothing else changing the way you were able to gain or lose weight. It was just you were deciding every day, eat burger, fry every day. Yeah, and all the time. I never stopped eating burger, fry all the time. But then I had one salad and then I was skinny again. Wow, what a miracle. I believe being fat is a moral failing, so this is very vindicating for me to hear. Yeah, you can just decide to be skinny. Just eat one salad and run a mile and then you're skinny. You're skinny again.
And that is exactly how some of these fat activists be behaving. Like, oh, they eat burger and fry all the time. But because they eat one salad, all of a sudden they're skinny. Yo, what did Dickacado say? I identify as skinny. Well guys, that is the end of the video. Let me know what clip was the funniest for you. Mine was definitely the last clip. That was too funny. And with that being said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in tomorrow's.
Yeah, baby, tag them, I look up, baby.